boys ready to watch the game.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Gate with Dustman and Nate. I'm Dustman, and to bring you another episode of Beyond the Gate.
What's up, everybody? Nate here. And on this episode, we're hanging out at the Steel Wheels track out in Hobart, Indiana. Hanging out here, getting a nice team practice in. Having a lot of fun riding our bikes, working on some stuff.
Yeah, we'll have a different type of episode for you today. We're going to show you guys a little bit of how we prepare our racing and a little bit of stuff that we do while we're at the track.
Stuff we're thinking about, stuff we're preparing, like we could even talk about training, like what we did to get to that point.
Yep.
All of it. So y'all just stay tuned for it.
All right, guys. So here's a little of what we do on the way to getting up to the gate. I don't know about you, but I like to, just kind of think about bugs. I'm just kidding. Yvonne. No, I like to just make sure that my bike is all good. I like to make sure that my brakes are good, even though they never work anyway. I make sure that my clip pedals and my clip shoes are tight. And just I like to just make sure that my bike is all good, and then after that, I'm just kind of keep my head in the zone,
Yeah. Well,
what about you?
The big thing I'm really thinking about when I'm going up to the gate is making sure my tire pressure's up to par, because I'm really notorious for letting my tires go super low. There's a time I don't know. I thought my entire bike was broken because I had my tires where it didn't have air in them.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Right.
It's ridiculous. But on the way up to the gate, I'm mostly just thinking about where I'm trying to go down the first straight, my options, all of that.
Yep.
Not
Visualizing.
Yeah, you really got to think about what you're trying to do as you're going down the track.
Right. And that's one of my secrets as well. My secret is, I like to visualize what I'm going to do going into the corners. And like he said, you visualize your race, and it helps you, almost calm down. Like Yvonne said, he thinks about bugs. Well, if you think about having two options, you come out the gate and you're coming out, not as good, you have a plan for that. Same thing with, coming out, the opposite. Yep. You just make sure you have a plan for whatever you do. So that way when you do come out of the gate, you ain't got to be so nervous.
Right. That's a big thing. To help about like when I get kind of nervous in the gate, there's this like breathing. You take a deep breath in and then you breathe out twice really fast. Mm-hmm. It helps you get all the oxygen into your lungs, ready to go. Gets you kind of amped.
Right.
It really helps you get fired up in the gate too.
Yep.
Yep. So focus on that.
Kind of think about that, when you get in the gate, make sure you check all your stuff. Make sure you got yourself a plan A, plan B, maybe even a plan C. You never know what happens. And then, like he said, you just make sure that you're thinking about, what you're going to be doing in your race.
Yep. And being calm.
Yep. All right. So we're here with a little bit of our training secrets and what we do before we get to the track. Yep. And, I'll ask him what he does first.
All right, so for my training and stuff, because you really want to have confidence, you really want to be able to ride the track as much as possible. Mm-hmm. When you're there, you focus on your skills as well as the speed in the gate, because you don't want to outweigh one to the other. But off of the track stuff, we're really looking at a lot of leg effort as well as body coordinating movements.
Right.
You really want to work on getting all your muscles to work together, because when you're on the bike, you're not just doing one single muscle like bicep curling or anything like that. You're working everything together. So making sure your muscles work together functionally really helps a lot.
Right. I like to eat donuts.
Yeah.
Before I go to the track, man, I like sweets, man. Dr. Pepper too. Yeah. I'm a Dr. Pepper kind of fiend, but no, I like to just make sure that, I'm ready and doing sprints and like you said, working out each muscle, make sure that you're going to be doing well on the bike,
Right. You want to be really coordinated.
Right. And see, I never really trained until I started racing nationals consistently about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I never knew how much it was going to help until I actually did it. And then it helped a lot. I started getting really fast, and I never knew that, working out would take me to the next level.
Right.
I mean,
like it does.
Yeah.
It really does.
It really does. And I thought that, just being skilled on the bike would do me,
enough.
Yeah. But I mean, it didn't. I mean, it did.
It got you quite far.
I mean, yeah, it did.
It
It
got
gave
you
me,
quite far.
but at the same time, like if I would have worked out and
Yep.
trained like the guys do, I could have been an elite pro,
Yep.
which, that's what it is. But, that's just something that you got to know that if you do put in the work, it will come out and it will show.
It does definitely 100%.
Yep.
And I've personally been training for a while. I played like soccer. I played in college. I
Right.
did a lot of stuff growing up. So like I've always been doing some kind of training, and it does definitely help because having the skill in the movements is great,
Mm-hmm.
but you can make the movements better if you train them together,
Right.
and then you also add power to them.
Yeah.
It really does help.
Yeah. And see, and I should have known that it helped a lot when Elijah started working out on football.
Yeah.
And he started playing, he started playing football and he started working out and he started taking off on me.
Yeah.
So that right there should have been, a nice red flag. Like I should start working out, but
Right.
I didn't. But, it didn't, it affected my riding, but not as much as I thought,
Definitely.
I
And
could
then-
have been way better, but.
Then you also got to remember that there's two different kinds of muscles. Because
Right.
there is like the faster twitch, the explosive muscle,
Yeah.
and then there's also the slow, really, really strong muscle.
Mhm.
And when you're in the weight room, it is really easy to train the slow, strong muscle. And if you're just doing that, it doesn't help you as much on the track.
Right.
It might give you a strong first, but it's not exploding into the rest of them.
Yeah.
So it's like once you do get like all of the power going, you must also keep the like agility with it as well.
Yep.
Because on the bike being a huge brick, you're not able to move. You're not able to move. You lose the flexibility. You
Right.
lose the functionality of everything.
And that's why you see a lot of people doing like the jump squats or like the box squats or jump, they jump up onto that box. Yeah. Them are really good. It's all explosive training. So
Right. There are a lot of like the body coordinated movements of such.
right.
Everything like that. Like they all help you maintain yourself on the bike.
Yep. And then here's our little guy Cam. He pulled in and we're gonna ask him what he does for training. What do you do for training?
What?
What do you do for training? You eat suckers?
You eat lollipops?
Suckers? He eats suckers for training. Out on the track, he eats some suckers around the track. But yeah, training, it definitely does help. We'll get to the next round. And, all right, so getting up to the gate, I like to have my like a little loose. I know I've seen a lot of people that like theirs like really tight. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I like mine a little loose. How you run yours?
I just pull it to where it like just barely touches my the bottom of my chin, and then I kind of I pull it down just so like my hand can fit under there so
Yeah.
I can breathe.
Right.
Not to where it can like slip off. Because honestly, when I was like 14, 15 inner,
Mm-hmm.
there was this kid. His name was Josh. He fell down the drop, and when he fell, his helmet went rolling across the track. It was the craziest thing ever. It was at Midwest National too.
Wow.
It's on the recordings.
Yeah, so make sure you have it buckled. That's one of the rules. So, and then so now we're coming into gate 7. You're in 7. Well, yeah, you're in 7. I'm in 8.
All right.
So what are you going in and thinking?
All right. So when I'm going into 7, I'm thinking, where am I going to go? Who's to the left? How many people are to the left? How many people are to the right? So I don't really try to play about it like who's over there or anything, because when you're guessing on who's, that's when the other who's it gets out on you.
Right.
Because you're trying to do something else. So you just worry about your own line.
Yep.
So if I'm getting in 7, I'm worried about trying to get to gate 3, kind of going into the corner. I want to come to the middle. I don't want to go too far to the middle because I don't want to like wash out into the corner, but I do want to cover that inside because I don't want anyone coming under me.
Yep.
And other than that, I want to get to the corner first.
Yeah. All right. Well, me coming out of gate 8, I got 2 options. I can either get a good gate. I know it sounds funny. I either get a good gate and get over on him and just push him all the way over as far as I can. So that way, I don't get stuck to the outside. That's most time.
Right.
You're on the outside, you get stuck on the outside. I'm not very used to getting a good gate and practicing that, but it does work. But this is mostly my plan A is coming out of the gate crappy. Because I know that that's usually what's going to happen, and that's probably why it happens because I think that's going to happen. But I come out and I don't even slow down. I just let you get a little bit more momentum going into that first corner, and as soon as you get clear, I drop under there and I'm going to take you up that corner.
Yep.
That's my plan B. which is my plan A. So yeah, you know,
Yeah, I can guarantee you it works. It's happened to me many, many times.
it does. It does work a lot. That's what's made my career. Definitely. So yeah, we'll give you guys a little sneak preview of what we do right here.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Riders, boys, ready to watch the game.
So now we're going to teach you guys how to do, a manual on flat ground. I know a lot of people have a hard time learning how to manual on the flat ground, and to be able to double manual and manual all the long straightaways like you do.
Yep.
You got to know how to manual. You know?
Definitely. And manualing flat ground is the biggest start because, I mean, if you can't manual flat ground, you can't link the jumps together.
Right.
And, just holding it up the whole time when you're going to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah.
So today, this is my buddy Wyatt. What's up, man?
How's it going?
And we got you. I know you're newer to this, and we're going to, kind of go through how you learn how to manual.
Okay.
We're going to start with where you're at. We're going to look at it, and then we're going to kind of go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're going to have him do a little loop around real quick, and we're going to just see where the baseline start is, and we're going to give some critiques and
All right.
go from there.
So basically what you want to do is when you first start off manualing, what I like to do is I like to think as my hips as like a meter. If you ever played the video game, either Dave Mira, the BMX video game, or like Tony Hawk,
Yeah.
You know how when you manual, that's got that meter, you got to keep it in that middle. That's where your hips are. Your hip is that middle part, and you got to keep it, you know what I'm saying, keep that balance. Otherwise, that's the best way for me to explain it, you know?
Yes, definitely.
So that's kind of what I show everybody that I teach how to do a manual. That's kind of what you want to, you just kind of like that. That's your,
and it's you really want to pull back. You
Right.
don't want to pull to you with your arms bent.
Right.
You want to pull back more like a deadlift style of pulling instead of trying to pull straight to you.
right. Like one nice motion and it comes back, and then that's where you go to your hips.
Yep, leaving your arms straight pretty much the whole time, unless as you get it more advanced, you're trying to turn. That can help, but if you keep your arms straight, it's a lot easier to maintain going straight.
Right. So let's check it out.
Yep.
All right.
Riders, boys, ready to watch the game.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. It's all about practice. You got to practice.
Yeah, nothing happens overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right.
So you can definitely see improvements were made.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
100%,
Yep.
getting it up higher. Now it's just repetition, trying to keep it up there and figuring
Right,
out how to move
right.
your hips around.
Right. And you can tell he got that poking out. He's poking the front end out. He's starting to get it up. So it's all going to take a little bit of practice.
Oh, yeah.
So we appreciate you coming on and being our
Yeah.
guinea pig.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate the help
Yeah,
and all
for
the
sure.
advice. It really helped.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, we got some people we like to thank,
Yep,
Yeah.
of course.
so Dye Job Apparel, he's over there.
Yep, Billy at Gate 9.
Gate 9, yep. T-Bone, Rips,
Rips. Mega Designs Group.
yep. EVB Products. I think that's about it.
That's about all.
All right, guys.
We'd also like to thank you guys.
Yeah,
We'll catch you
thank
all in
you.
the next one.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Riders, boys, ready to watch the game.